What's your view on the last game we played at Asst Stadium?
I think it was a very difficult game. In many parts, we have to play by a man down. When our pivot in Collinsboa has to leave the field because of the red card incident. So we have to make some few tactical adjustments. And we managed to hold our own against the defending champions. Even though before the game, our game objective was to make sure we win. But under the circumstances, we have to make sure we re-strategize and pick a very valuable point, even though it was on home soil.
How is your team preparing for Sunday's game against Basake Holy Stars?
Another difficult one to call it. We are feverishly preparing the team, both mentally and physically. And we know it's going to be a very difficult game because we watched them last Sunday and they pulled a surprise at the Accra Sports Stadium to us. So they are a decent side, even though they just returned from the wilderness, newly entrants, but they pose a lot of threats from the flanks and they try to overload the midfield. They scored early, which we have to be mindful, and then they find a way to make sure they defend in numbers, they defend in bodies to make sure they pick a valuable away point. So we know beforehand that it's going to be a very, very difficult game, but we also have our game planned, and we know that if we are able to go there with the correct attitude, with the correct mentality, we will be able to get a positive result.
Do you perceive this match as a challenging game or an easy game?
No, this is the GPL, and all games, in fact all games, are going to be very, very competitive. For us at Dreams, we're going to challenge, we're going to compete for every point. So this game is just one of the games, just like last Saturday opening game with Sabates. It's a very difficult game because we are playing away from home and they are newly entrants. I can imagine how their fans would come to the game because of their away performance, away win to House of Folk. And therefore we have to make sure we manage every moment of this game. And that's why I said earlier that we have to be tactically sound. We have to make sure we play with the ball and we play without the ball. We have watched them against us, and in some of the Division 1 games that they played, they are a very, very strong side, and we must not underrate them. Make sure that we go with the correct attitude, we go with a good strategy, and we believe that the players will be able to play to the match tactics, to the match strategy, and make sure we come out with a decent result, because we cannot go there to lose that game. We've dropped valuable 2 points at home to the defending champions.
Okay. Can you share any insights from past experience facing new promoted side?
It's a tricky game. They are a tricky side. You have to be very, very careful. You must not underrate them. You have to take the game to them. And just like I said, you have to be tactically sound. Play without the ball and play also with the ball. Make sure that you manage every moment in the game.
What message will you convey to your players to ensure they take this match seriously?
As you can see in training, we are taking every detail very, very serious. Right from our build-up play, right from the transition, right from set plays against us and for us. That's why I said earlier that we have to make sure we manage every tactical segment of the game. Play with the ball, play without the ball. Make sure our set pieces are solid. Make sure set pieces also against us, we are very, very organized, because they have a very decent side. Just like I said, if the last game they played is anything to go by, then this game is a very sleepy game, and we have to be extremely, extremely cautious, but we are very, very optimistic that we will go to Basake, we will go to Holy Stars and come out with a decent results.
Now, any message for the fans?
I mean, they should expect a good performance. They should expect a team that will put the ball on the ground and play good possessing football. They should expect a team that will also press when we don't have the ball. They should expect a team that will create opportunities, and if possible, also Asst, I mean, any of the front players take the chances when they can, because we will create chances.